HarperCollins presents The Sex Book, a joyful journey of self-discovery. Written and read by Leeza Mangaldas. Illustrated by Ipsita Dwivedi. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this book are the author's own, made in her personal capacity, and do not reflect the views of any organization or institution she is associated with. The facts are as reported by her, and the publishers are not in any way liable for the same. A note for listeners before we begin. Please don't forget to download the enhanced PDF containing supporting material for this title from your audiobook provider. Imagine a world where all sexual experiences are consensual, safe, and pleasurable. Introduction. As human beings, we've been trying to make sense of ourselves, our lives, our sexualities, our bodies, our desires, our identities, for centuries. And we like simple answers. Yes or no, good or bad, right or wrong. Male or female, queer or straight, virgin or whore, clean or dirty, desirable or disgusting. But the truth is, our lives and our bodies and our identities are nuanced and complex. Being human, and moreover being sexual, is not a neat and tidy experience. It's complicated, varied, and confusing. And that's okay. Simply accepting this fact is where we've got to start. There is no single right way to be a human. There is no one ideal body. And there is no correct way to have sex. That's what makes the human experience inexplicably profound and wonderful. As someone who has created sex-positive conversations online for over half a decade, and as one of the first people to do so on social media in India, my inboxes are flooded with messages from people of all genders and ages, from all over the country and even the world. And if I were to deconstruct the questions I receive into one overarching concern, what I get asked over and over and over again is essentially this: am I normal? From conversations with other sex educators in India, as well as from places as varied as Kenya and Canada, I know that this holds true for most of us, no matter where we are based. From questions about penis size or boob size, to concerns about performance. From questions about fantasies, to questions about sexual orientation. Whether it's sexual health or pleasure, people simply want to be reassured that there's nothing wrong with them. Their bodies, their curiosities, their desires. Here's why we all have this fear. The world is still pretty damn sex negative globally, thanks to patriarchy, religion, colonialism, and multiple other cultural and societal forces that have sought to surveil and control people's sexual and reproductive choices for centuries. So most of us have inherited a ton of shame and fear and guilt when it comes to how we think about sex and the body. Consider the fact that many parents still teach their toddlers that the preferred euphemism for their genitals is shame. Consider the fact that the Latin word for external genitals, particularly those of a woman, still sometimes used in medical and scientific contexts, is pudendum, which has its etymological origins in the word pudere, which literally means to be ashamed. Consider the biblical stories of Adam and Eve and the original sin, and of the Virgin Mary, and how the arising moral framework that values sexual purity, particularly of women, and posits sex as sinful, was disseminated throughout the world via colonialism. It's important to consider the stories we've been told for centuries and how they've shaped our attitudes and beliefs so that we can unpack the shame and carefully select what we want to keep and what we want to let go of. Here's what most of us come into adulthood at least somewhat believing about sex. Sex in general is dangerous, immoral.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?